In this video, I'm going to be telling you how to conduct research calls, also known as feedback calls. Basically, they're calls that you have with your prospects or potential clients that can build more initial trust. So if you don't have any case studies, you don't have any testimonials or previous work, you can use these research calls to set up a call with them, not sell them, but basically conduct market research, test out your offer a little bit, or it'll help you create an offer. And then you already have, that's one huge touch point that you already have with your prospects. So we're going to teach what is a research call. I gave you a brief summary. Why do we do them? Who do we have these calls with? How do you get these calls? Through social media. I'm going to tell you exactly what to say in posts or DMs to your potential clients to book these calls. What do you talk about on the call? And incentives. So part 1, section 1. What is a research call? It's a call that we have that gives us clarity on our niche. So instead of just pitching sales calls after sales calls, if you're new, that's going to be very hard to actually start booking them. So especially when you don't have an offer that you know your niche wants, you're going to want to pitch these calls instead. Market research calls, feedback calls. And it'll help us to craft an offer that our target market would actually use. So you do that by getting an understanding of their problems, their pain points, the day in the life processes that they have. With AI, and you might be targeting an industry that you don't actually have never worked in, so you don't exactly know what their processes are. You don't know the best things that can be automated, their most time-consuming tasks. So that'll give you a great understanding of all of that. The goal isn't to close the customer, it's to learn and get feedback. Another reason, which is in this part, actually, is they're super low, low pressure. So you're not going to be pressured to make a sale. You're not going to sound nervous because all you're doing is you're trying to get answers to your questions. So why do we do these calls? We want to create an offer that is actually in demand. You're not guessing what they want. You're not, thinking something sounds cool and getting your emotions involved. You're getting real people in your niche to tell you what they need, to tell you their problems, to tell you their day in the life, to tell you, what are potential processes that could be updated or integrated with AI. You get a deep understanding of them. Most people don't truly know the industry they target. Unless you worked in an industry that you're now targeting for your AI automation agency, then you're not going to really know much about it. You could do online research, you could, do that kind of stuff, but you're not going to get one-to-ones with people in there unless you know people in your network already. But if you don't, this is the best way to do that. The best way to actually have a conversation and ask them questions and get an understanding. You'll get on the inside, you'll understand them, and then you'll create your offer and you'll know how to market your offer because they're telling you their pain points. Once they literally tell you their pain points and you can create that offer, you could easily market that offer to them. Also, if you're new, it gives you great experience in sales calls. It's no pressure at all because you're not trying to sell, you're trying to get information. You ask the same questions without all the pressure of trying to make the sale, which you'll see later on. It allows you to get in front of potential customers without the goal of closing them. It's a touch point, a huge touch point that you could, that'll build trust. So even if you don't sell them then, maybe 2, 3, 4 months down the line, they see that you're active on LinkedIn or Instagram, you're posting, you have this offer now, maybe they want to set up a call. The people you do these calls with will impact your business down the line. Like I just said, they could become a customer later on if they see you're posting, you're marketing right. You have this offer that you pretty much got because they told you that they needed it. So They'll have your established trust. You've already met them. You could keep following up with them, talking to them in DMs. So you keep them as a warm lead. And then they could give you referrals. You'll see at the end the script, you're going to want to ask for referrals. If they know anyone else in the industry that the research could potentially either, or your offer could help, or that they would be interested in helping out with your research. And then they can become customers or give you more information. Section 3. Who do we have these calls with? Like I said, anyone in your niche is the best place to start. You could also target people that work with people in your niche. Anyone in your existing network, that's where you'll start. If you know anybody, perfect. If not, then next. Prospects that you've reached out to, just pitch them this kind of call instead. Connections, followers, Facebook, LinkedIn groups, faster current clients, if you have any, and then industry leaders, if you know of any. So those are all the people in your niche or related to your niche. Now, how do you get these calls? It's going to be the same process. Outreach. You're going to outreach, but you're not going to pitch them sales calls. That's the big key difference. They're going to be way more open to actually hopping on a call that they're not going to be sold to than hopping on a sales call when they have no idea who you are. The goal is to kind of minimize the cold outreach, the cold sales call pitch, and instead pitch this. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, what do you say? Boom, here it is. This is the post. So you're going to say, if you're a real estate agent, if you niche in real estate agents, if your niche is real estate agents, I'm conducting research for a project on AI in the real estate industry. You don't even have to add that, but you can. I'd like to ask a few questions. In exchange, I can give you, if you have a lead magnet or something like that, boom, you put that there. So now they have an incentive to actually join, to actually do it because they want to receive XYZ. You could also pay them if you have the money to invest. It's not the best because, it's going to add up over time, but, it's one way to do it. And then in DMs, it's the same exact thing. Just say, hey, name, I'm conducting research for a project on AI in your industry. I'd like to ask you a few questions. In exchange, I can give you this free thing. Boom. Cold calling. Instead of pitching your services in a cold call and trying to book sales calls, say something like, my company is currently doing research in the X industry for a project we're working on about AI. Can I have 15 minutes of your time either now, or if you're busy, we could book a call sometime this week so I could ask you a few questions. Boom. That's simple. Well, you obviously do the introduction first. That's not word for word. Same thing with email. Instead of pitching the sales call, just pitch the research call. You're gonna be much more likely to start booking calls, which is a huge point of contact. Builds a lot of trust. And in-person events. This is actually one that's kind of underrated. I don't see anyone talking about this. But if you do something like real estate agents, especially in your area, go to these events. They always have networking events. So go to the events, network with the people, get their cards, and then a week later, tell them you want to meet up and tell them you're doing some research about AI, something like that. What to say or ask for on a call. Now, this isn't a one-size-fits-all, so we'll start with that. But it's a way to get the ball rolling, be adaptable between different calls. And as you continue to go, you will adapt the questions you ask from the previous answers that you get. So, how long have you been in this industry? Most time-consuming task, current problems you're facing. Do you find yourself or your team doing any repetitive or mundane tasks, bottlenecks? These are all the questions. You could take a look at them. Take a look at those, read them out, write them down, screenshot them, whatever you want to do. And that's a good starting point. Now, this is a good one here. So if they show some interest, you could ask them this. Well, you could ask them this anyway. But if they do show some interest, then you could say that you're selling this if your offer already matches what they're looking for. But you don't want to burn the bridge too quick. So only do it if they really seem interested in getting it. If they seem like they would actually really want it, then you could try selling them. But I don't recommend that for like 90% of people. This is a good one too. So for outside research, you could do that. And then I didn't put it here, but as for referrals, the last question should be, do you know anybody else who would be open to possibly helping out, or do you know anyone that would be potentially interested in this offer? And if you have the offer created, try selling them on the spot, like I just said. Boom, you don't want to rout the relationship and the trust that you've already created. So be careful with that. Now, section 6, incentives and free value. As I said before, a great way to incentivize them to actually book the call is free value. So whatever lead magnet you have, I have some examples down here. So again, you could also do money, but if you don't want to invest the money, it's better to do this, especially if it's something like an AI chatbot or a free AI audit, because that's something that you can actually gain experience from in terms of service delivery. So an ebook with maybe you have like 10 automations, 10 AI easy AI automations for your niche, or a master class about integrating AI with your niche, boom, whatever it is. So that is the end. Follow me on Instagram. I should put my LinkedIn up here too, but it's not. So just go follow me on Instagram right now. Next time I'll have a LinkedIn tag so you guys can connect with me. We could chat it up. And I hope you guys learned something from this. Try it out. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot easier to book calls pitching these than pitching sales calls. So thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe, and there will be more to come. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm going to be back. I'm going to be posting consistently now, so we'll get it going. So hope you guys enjoyed. Try it out. Let me know in the comments once you do and how it goes. See ya.